Okay, I'm going to read chapter 21. The lion becomes the king of beasts. The lion is called the king of beasts. It's true. Before reading chapter 21, chapter 20 about the scarecrow, and Scarecrow used to become the leader of the Winkies. Okay, here you go. I'm going to read it.
The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum. Chapter 21. The Lion Becomes the King of Beasts. After climbing down from the China Wall, the travelers found themselves in a disagreeable country, full of bogs and marshes and covered with tall, rank grass.
It was difficult to walk without falling into muddy holes. The grass was so thick it hid them from sight.
Picking their way, they got safely along until they reached solid ground. But
here the country seemed wilder than ever, and after a long and tiresome walk through the underbrush, they entered another forest where the trees were bigger and older than any they had ever seen.
This forest is perfectly delightful, declared the lion, looking around him with joy. Never have I seen a more beautiful place. It seems gloomy, said the Scarecrow.
Not a bit of it, answered the lion. I should like to live here all my life. See how soft dry leaves are under your feet, how rich green and moss is that clings the old trees.
Beasts could wish a pleasanter home. Perhaps there are wild beasts in the forest now, said Dorothy.
I suppose there are, returned the lion. I did not see any of them about. They walked through the forest until it came to dark to go any farther.
And Toto and the lion lay down to sleep, while the woodman and the Scarecrow kept watch over them as usual. When morning came, they started again.
Before they had gone far, they heard a long burst as of the glowing of many wild animals.
For a little, but none of the others was frightened. And they kept along the well-trodden path until they came to an opening in the wood, in which there were gathered hundreds of beasts of every variety.
There were tigers and elephants and bears and wolves and foxes and all the other unnatural histories. For a moment Dorothy was afraid.
But the lion explained that the animals were holding a meeting, and he judged by their snarling and growling that they were in great trouble.
As he spoke, several of the beasts caught sight of him, and at once the great assemblage hushed as if by magic. The beast, one of the tiger, came up to the lion and bowed to him.
You have come in good time to fight our enemy and bring peace to all the animals of the forest once more.
What did your travelers? And asked Mr. Lion quietly. We are all threatened, answered the lion, by a fierce enemy which has lately come to the forest.
Like a great spider, with a body as big as an elephant and legs as long as a tree trunk.
It has 8 of these long legs, and as the monster crawls through the forest, he seizes an enemy with the leg and drags it to his mouth, and why it utters some
creatures alive, and we had called a meeting to decide how to take care of ourselves when you came among us. The lion thought for a moment.
Are there any other lions in this forest? They asked another. There were some about the monster had eaten them all.
Besides, there were none of them nearly so large and brave as you. If I put an end to your enemy, will you bow down to me and obey me as king of the forest? Inquired the lion.
I will do that gladly, returned the tiger, and all the other beasts loaded with this mighty law. Who will? What is this great spider of yours now? Asked the lion.
Yonder, among the oak trees, said the tiger, pointing with his forefoot. Take good care of these friends of mine, said the lion, and I will go at once to fight the monster. He
bade his comrades goodbye and marched proudly away to do battle with the enemy. The great spider was lying asleep when the lion found him, and looked so ugly and unevolved,
had said, and its body covered with coarse black hair.
It had a red mouth with sharp teeth too long, but his head was joined, punched by lion necks as slender as its vast waist.
Gave the lion a hint of the best way to attack the creature. And as he knew it was easier to fight it asleep than awake, he gave a great spring and landed directly upon the monster's back.
Then, with one blow of his heavy paws, all armed with sharp claws, he knocked the spider's head upon his body.
Down, he watched it until the long legs stopped wiggling, when he knew that it was quite dead. The
lion went back to the opening where the beast of the forest was waiting for him and said proudly, "You need fear, your enemy no longer."
Bowed down to the lion as their king, and he promised to come back and rule over them as soon as Dorothy was safely on her way to Kansas.
The end.